interface with other stories is the power of science. The utility and vitalness of work being done to understand the world, and the power and beauty of writing about that work, of telling its stories, highlighting its practitioners, revealing the ways it weaves through our daily lives. Science helps us understand the world, appreciate its beauty, deepen our connections to non-human life, etc., etc., etc. That's the only kind of science writing those "it's too political" complainers want us to focus on. But it's in these pages, alongside explicitly political work, because the best science and nature writing comprises all of that. With political questions in mind, I turn to the power of first-person writing. This is my bias as an essayist coming through. But in first-person writing, science writers are not only reporters and translators, but narrators too. Narrators of their own experience, of their own pain and love and questions, where amid showing us the knowledge of science and the beauty of nature, they also say, "This affects human lives, including mine. Here's how." In their essay, My Metamorphosis, Sabrina Imbler writes of the transcendent power of transition, drawing resonance with and inspiration from the myriad ways insects metamorphose. "I deserve to be comfortable," they write. "I deserve to feel at home in my body and what surrounds it, because in spite of all the voice cracks and pimples and other embarrassments of a second puberty, I have never felt lighter, more free. It is as natural as a caterpillar spinning a cocoon, as violent as the hour a mayfly larva stops breathing while it molts, as personal and as beautiful as filling your lungs with fresh air." Where Imbler softly celebrates the ownership of one's own body, Annie Lowry's American Motherhood is an eloquent animal cry of pain at what it feels like to lose the very same thing. Lowry describes in vivid detail 2 harrowing, mysteriously challenging pregnancies, beset by maddening itching, preeclampsia, and traumatic deliveries, to which she points and says, "This is what the Supreme Court thinks you should be forced to endure." Lowry quotes a physician who asks, "What actually counts as the life of the mother? Is that her life today? Is that her life during this pregnancy?" The right to abortion isn't just about a pregnant parent not dying, of course. It's about not being forced to be pregnant. Lowry vividly and viciously evokes the multifarity of pregnancy, the love and hope, the fear, the physical agony, and the lostness in the wake of Dobbs. What does the life and health of mothers mean? How could it possibly mean so little? What are we supposed to do? I don't have a good answer. In their essay, Imbler writes, "The more famous kind of metamorphosis is more total. That quintessential transmogrification from a caterpillar to chrysalis to butterfly. I hope that such a transformation may be in store for us all, as individuals to live the lives we choose, and for our society to shed its constrictive shell toward a new way of being. It is a promise to trust the process, that even mired in goo and guts, something like bliss may wait on the other side. I hope we are on our way there." Submissions for next year's edition of the Best American Science and Nature Writing are open. Visit jamiegreen.net/BASN for information and to nominate work, including your own. Jaime Green. Read by Katharine Chin.
Introduction. I'm writing this in May 2023, a month marked by 2 nearly identical announcements. The World Health Organization kicked things off by declaring that COVID-19 is no longer a public health emergency of international concern. The United States followed up a few days later, announcing that the country's public health emergency is over. Is the pandemic finished? No. 3 years and 4 months after it emerged in Wuhan, SARS-CoV-2 is still killing a few thousand people each week. The ranks of survivors with long COVID, by one estimate 65 million people, continue to grow.